Today on Judge Porter.
Michelle Lopez versus Sebastian Garcia.
These meat fumes are very toxic to individuals' health, and so I have asked him to move it, and he refuses every single time.
She didn't like the fumes because it smoke out the witch.
All rise. The Honorable Judge Porter is presiding. Court is now in session.
Hello, everyone. Please be seated. Let's see here. We have case number 6703, Michelle Lopez versus Sebastian Garcia. If you're here, can you please come to the podium? Ms. Lopez, hello.
Hello.
It shows here that you're suing for the amount of $25,000
Yes.
in damages caused by grilling. Am I reading this correctly?
Yes, you are reading that correctly. My neighbor
Okay.
here decides to barbecue constantly, and the fumes have affected my health and my business. See,
Okay, what business is that, ma'am?
I run a yoga studio in my backyard, and many of my clients have countlessly told me that the barbecue fumes, as well as the countless parties, have really disrupted their zen, so they are no longer coming to my studio. So I have lost business because of his grilling. And I've asked him many times, I would say around 3, to stop the grilling or to move it to the other side so it's not coming into my backyard and disrupting my business, but he refuses, and he's even threatened me.
Okay. I want to make sure I got the placement of the houses. Is your backyard like behind his backyard, or is your house like next to his house?
It's next to it.
Okay, all right. And you want him to move the grill to the other side of his home,
Yes.
so maybe that can help. The smoke won't be as bad. Is that what I'm understanding?
Exactly.
Okay.
These meat fumes are very toxic to individuals' health.
Okay.
And so I have asked him to move it, and he refuses every single time.
Okay. Mr. Garcia, you've heard her testimony.
She's full of lies and surprise. She's all lies. Everything she says. She's not even a vegan. She's too thick to be a vegan.
Okay, hold on. Two things. First, we're not going to have the insults in my courtroom. Am I making myself clear?
All right.
We're not doing that. That's not happening.
All right.
Second, I don't know about you, but I kind of like my women thick. Jeff, do you? Thank you. I don't know how you feel about thick women, but thick women that's a good thing. There's nothing wrong with that. Okay,
No,
so
everybody
body
got their own
shaming,
taste.
That's not going to work.
Okay.
Okay.
He's a body shamer and a killer of animals.
Okay, ma'am, again.
She
She
didn't like the fumes because it smoke out the witch, the wicked witch.
Listen, you two, I'm going to say this once and only once. You are not going to speak to each other. You're only going to speak to me, and you're only going to speak to me when you're asked to be spoken to. Okay?
Yes.
I don't want this chitter chatter going back and forth.
Uh-huh.
You're not children. You're adults. I need you to act like it, because if you don't, what I'm going to do is I'm going to have that guy right there escort you out of here and put you in a little room with little bars, and you can stay there all day and work on becoming an adult. Am I making myself clear?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Outstanding. Now, Mr. Garcia, you've heard her testimony. Is what she's saying true? Do you barbecue grill?
I do barbecue. Yeah, I enjoy barbecue.
Okay. Do you
great.
do the barbecuing on the side of your house where she's giving the description? I'm just curious. Yes.
Yes.
No?
Yes,
Okay,
I do.
You do. Okay. So what? She says that you do this all the time, all day. What?
Sometimes all the time, all day. But I mean, I've tried to make amends with her. I even invited her.
In what way?
I one time even told her to come over and I'll cook some veggies on the grill for her. I tried to make amends with her, but she's just such a nosy body in everybody's business
I'm
in the
assuming
neighborhood.
she didn't accept the invitation for the veggies.
Right, exactly. No.
Okay, now the part where you say that you cook all day, what do you mean by you cook all day? What does that mean?
Sometimes
grill
I
all day.
cook from sun up to sundown. We have a lot of people. I have a large family. I have a lot of friends. They come
Okay.
over. We watch the game. You know, sometimes we watch UFC fights. You know.
Okay,
So-
are you mostly grilling meat on this on your grill?
Yeah, mostly steak, chicken.
Okay. All right. Did she ever mention to you that the smoke from your grilling causes her discomfort?
She said something about her yoga class. That's another lie too. Those women can't do yoga. They're about 500 pounds. There's no way they can do yoga in her class that she gets coming over. That's another lie.
Mr. Garcia, what did I say about throwing insults in this courtroom?
I know, but I'm just telling you the truth.
And then here's the funny thing. Are you a yoga instructor?
No.
So do you know the positions of yoga?
Yeah, you got to be really small because you got to bend and twist and flex.
No.
Yeah.
No, that is not what yoga consists of. If you do not have training in yoga, if you do not understand the philosophy of yoga, you are not in a position to judge other people. And they may be 500 pounds, and they may be there trying to better themselves. And here you are standing in a courtroom insulting people who are trying to better themselves. What does that say about you as an individual? You know what that says? I'm gonna be honest with you. You know what that says? When you find comfort in insulting people who are trying to better themselves, that makes you a jerk. Plain and simple. That makes you a jerk. Wow. And the fact that you could sit in this courtroom with a smirk and smile on your face and criticize people who are trying to improve themselves, that makes you a jerk. And you ought to be ashamed of yourself. I wish I could hold you in contempt of court for that, but I can't. That's ridiculous. And you ought to be ashamed of yourself for that. I hope you don't teach that to your children. I hope you don't teach that characteristic to your children.
I don't.
So back to what we were saying. So you do this grilling all day. Most of it on weekends.
On
I
weekends
guess,
primarily.
On weekends.
Yeah, when I'm off. from work.
You hold the yoga classes during the weekends, I'm assuming?
I do.
Okay.
I hold them in the mornings, and it's very telling that he barbecues starting around 10 a.m. And if there is a fight, those usually last until about 1 a.m. So he is barbecuing all day. And I start my yoga class at 8:30, and I have 2 classes, and he disrupts the second one constantly.
Hold on. Jeff, is it hot in here? The AC's working today? We got to call that guy back. Oh, gosh. Anyway, so here's the thing. Has she asked you to move the grill to the other side of the house, of your house? Has she ever asked you to do that?
She has.
Have you tried doing that?
The grill's kind of big, you know. I mean, you know.
So
I got kids stuff. I got a lot of stuff in my backyard. My backyard's big.
No.
I got stuff. Yeah.
The answer is no. Okay. Well, here's the thing. I am not going to grant you the $10,000, the $25,000 that you were asking for. I'm sorry, $25,000. That's kind of steep. I'm going to grant you the $10,000 because here's the thing. You did make an effort to resolve the situation. You've asked him repeatedly, can you at least move it to the other side? He's refused. For whatever reason, he has refused. Okay? I do believe that the smoke is causing you some type of harm. Okay? And I know what you're saying. How does barbecue smoke affect people? Let me help you with that. I'm assuming you use charcoal, or do you use wood?
I use charcoal.
A combination?
Charcoal.
Charcoal.
Good for
okay,
them.
I don't know if you know this or not, but charcoal releases soot into the air. Okay, and I know that you know this because when the smoke is rising from your grill, you're not standing directly in front of it. You move out of the way because of the heat and the smoke. You don't want to inhale the soot. Well, apparently the soot that's coming from your grill is going in the direction of her home. Now, it doesn't affect everybody the same way, but it affects her to the point that she says that she's having health problems. Also, it's affecting her business. And she's asked you, please, can
she's a renter. She can go move elsewhere.
Sir, whether she's a renter or she pays a mortgage, it doesn't matter in this case. You could have moved your grill to the other side of the house in an attempt to resolve the situation, not just by offering her some
I want to
fresh
settle with her
veggies.
at a number that I feel is good. 0. That's what I like to pay her.
I'll give you a number of 0, but 4 of them with a 1 in front of it for the amount of $10,000. And that's what you're going to pay her for her pain and suffering. Now,
Come on.
you will move that grill to the other side of your home. Am I making myself clear? I don't care if you got to get your friends. I don't care how you move it. Move the grill to the other side of the home. Try to keep the peace so the smoke doesn't go towards her residence. The other thing is, you cannot grill all day long. You don't have that right. At some point in time, barbecue smoke becomes a nuisance. And if you think I'm exaggerating, how would you like it for your neighbor to barbecue at 3 and 4 o'clock in the morning on a nice cool night and your windows are up? You would be highly upset.
I close the windows and have the AC on. That's how I live.
That's great, but guess what? Sometimes the smoke still infiltrates your home. You mean to tell me that you can't smell when your neighbors are cooking a barbecue even when the windows are down and the AC is gone? I know I can. Jeff, how about you? Can you?
Sure can.
Okay.
Always.
You need to be more considerate of your other neighbors. Let her, you can know what you can also do? Let her know, hey, I'm going to be grilling at such time and such time and such time. Heck, she may decide, hey, I'm going to go run some errands around that time. But you can't be grilling all day. That's not an option that you have. I'm sorry.
All right.
Okay? Court is adjourned.
I don't agree.
I was so happy that the judge ruled in favor of me. Thank you to all the vegans out there. I don't know if the judge is, but namaste, keep the smoke away. I'll be keeping my yoga classes and staying thick and healthy with veggies and $10,000.
I'm a little apologetic for how I acted in the court, but I'm pissed off about the outcome and having to pay the $10,000. I'm probably going to, give it in small installments, if anything, to pay the money back.